you a bit of a story. It's mentioned in the biography that which went to the Royal City Poets that my grandmother was the poet of my family. She was known to be the kind of person who would spontaneously invent rhyming couplets just to entertain her 4 children that she had raised single-handedly because she was left by her accountant husband in the 30s for his 20-year-old younger secretary. One of those great stories that was a little bit odd. He tried to sell it to her on the idea that in a past life this woman had been his consort in life, but she wasn't having any of that there then. And my father was a rationalist, and so much to my surprise, about a week ago, my mother, going through my father's papers, found a file called Jeff's Poetry. And having just mentioned to her about my poetry, Poetic Awakening, a few months ago, she said, "You need to have this folder." And I took it, I thumbed through it, I looked for a little bit, and basically I had not much time with it. I had a lovely visit with my mom. I went away to a conference, the BC Federation of Labor Conference, bringing the folder with me with the intention of reading it at some point during the conference. Well, checking out of the hotel, making a long story short, and obviously I would put this in a poem or a story at some point, one bag was stolen, and it was a bag that contained my father's poets. And thus began a 9-hour odyssey of dealing with police, cameras. I'm amazing how many cameras are in a big hotel these days, tracing footage back and marking that at exactly 12:25 and 32 seconds was when the poetry was removed from, the bag was removed along with bathrooms and sundries, and nothing else of any great import in the precious poems. 4 hours of looking through dumpsters, talking to various different people around, looking for it, meeting some wonderful homeless people and talking to them as guides in the urban wilderness and saying, you know, in your journeys, if you would see this, the hotel is here, find me at the hotel, it will treat you well. And the reason I was late to the anthology is the poems were turned in by For the very first time ever that I'm aware of, I'm going to start by reading one of my dad's poems in public, which I didn't think I'd be doing, ever. And I'm going to read one of mine, and then I'll step back and wait for the second go-around, because this is quite something. The kind of poem, I don't know enough about poems to know what kind of poem it is. It's one where the title is in fact written down the margin, and the first letter is used as the first line of the poem. Someone who's a foreign person would know what that is. I don't know. But the name of the poem is called For Pete's Sake, Pete Stove, and it goes as follows. Famously they serve who only stand and wait. Old magnificent Pete Stove, redundant with might. Please respond, or for damn sure, every one of us will die. This blasted night, even now, O Pete Stove, surely you can see, stiff with cold and desperate, are us mortals, we. Keep the matches coming, ever hopeful yet. Pete begins to smolder, ere long we'll start to sweat. All we pray, dear Pete Stove, that hope may survive, simply is a flicker to show you're still alive. O portunate Pete Stove, verily we say, erupt and we shall praise thee for another day. My second poem goes out to all of you who have ever sat at 3 in the morning in a wooden Adirondack chair with the rain and mist falling upon you, no umbrella, and thought, could life get any lower? Will I ever be in love again? And this is in the fall. And the name of the poem is called A Missed Opportunity, pun intended, M-I-S-T. Around every corner, behind every tree, profound disappointment, I only meet me. Dark evening shadows, no pulse it provides, obscures my direction, provides only lies. For love's deepest riddle, no route has been blazed. Misdirected reflection, can dawn's mist yet be raised? Thank you.